Hi, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I'm here with Paige Kennedy, star of the upcoming show, The Upshaws, which features, some folks like Wanda, Sykes, Mike Epps, and Kim Fields. You know how that goes. It's so nice to meet you, man. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I apologize. My cat likes to jump up and get into the fray. So if you see a cat, just mosey on by.
I love it. Well, cats, they just do what they want. They run the show. So, I'm not gonna argue with a cat.
And she follows me everywhere I go. In the room, I come in here, she come in here. I go back in the room, she going. Wherever I go, she going. Like, hey, where the party at? Where the party at? I know you know where the party at.
Clearly, right? I was actually going to talk about and just like where you're from, and clearly God loves Detroit, right?
Yeah, God loves Detroit. You know what it is. Yeah, I'm from the D. I'm from the D. This is my boy June Flow's little company that he has. God loves Detroit. But yeah, I'm from Detroit.
I'm actually originally from Chicago. Clearly, I've obviously not spent my entire life there or even most of it. That's why I sound like this.
Same.
Right. To me, you sound like you're from LA.
I sound like I'm from LA?
I think that, but then when I think about it, a lot of Detroit people kind of sound like LA to me. So maybe I just don't really understand a Detroit accent.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That might be me. It might not be you.
I don't know.
I hear LA.
I definitely don't sound like someone who like is immersed into Detroit. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I haven't lived there for 25 years. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I go back every year, but I haven't lived there for 25 years since after high school.
Mm-hmm. So you're obviously a man of very many talents. And I do want to talk about something that I know is also very important to you, and that is your music.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to your latest album.
You heard it?
I promise you, I did. I listened to it. And
you heard that song that I wrote for you?
So what's that song?
See, I knew you didn't listen. I knew you didn't listen. You would have heard the song that I wrote for you.
No. I wrote down what I liked about each song that I liked the most, right?
I wrote the song Queen for you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You try to represent for Black women. They need a song. They need
really
encouraging them and loving them.
So are you the person that starts your emails to people with Grand Rising?
No. I am not that guy at all. I'm just trying
to understand.
No, I'm definitely like not that guy at all. But I just felt like Black women like needed and deserved a song for them that they can be proud of, happy of. It can make them feel good, want to listen to, want to sing, want to move. And so, I wrote Queen.
Well, what I liked about it is that the album is obviously very serious and topical. And, as far as how you rap, I wanted to talk about the style of rap. Of course, we're in an era right now where like mumble rap kind of reigns supreme, and like people kind of just really don't care what people are saying if they even understand it. Right. And I know that you coming from Detroit, I mean, to me, that raises the bar in terms of the type of rapper a person wants to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I see that you got some really dope Detroit influences as well, like Elzai's on the album. See, yeah, I listen. I like the Pain song. I liked your Ella influence with the Exhibit song. I like that a lot. And I like the song that you did, Flowers.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite song.
I like the beat a lot, man. It's really melodic. It's good. See, I listened to the album. I did.
You definitely did. Yeah, Flowers is my favorite song.
That was my favorite too. Yeah, I like it. Mm-hmm. It's a nice song.
Dang. I usually make a lot of videos for the majority of my songs. This one I probably only did like half of them. I did Fear, Safe, Shine, and Set Up with Exhibit. So maybe I did 4. But I also like to see what are people's favorite songs so I can make a video for that, because that makes the most sense to give a visual for the song that people like the most. And it seems like Flowers is always there in the, I just haven't figured out how to make that a visual yet. I have to figure out a creative way to, and what I've been doing with that song, well, at the end of it, when I'm talking is I've been giving people their flowers on Instagram. So I'll go and I'll pick a night, and then I'll give Tyler Perry his flowers, and I'll talk about what he's meant to me and what he's meant to the community, and I just want to I want to start giving people their flowers while they can smell them, and that's this thing that I started on Instagram, predicated off of that song.
I think that's great. I mean, not only just to be the kind of person that would do that, but I think with your following, the fact that you are acknowledging people, it's something that obviously you don't have to do. Yeah. So I'm sure it's very appreciated that you let your audience, into like the people that you appreciate, admire, maybe even and respect. That's nice. That's very nice of you.
Thanks.
You're like, oh, okay. It is nice.
I appreciate it.
So listen, when it comes to rappers, right? Because we're still talking about rap. So there's always the Detroit versus Philly conversation. Here it comes up a lot. Chicago also comes up with like the best rappers. So do you have the Detroit bias? Would you say that Detroit has the best rappers?
Yes.
I would actually say that. I agree with you.
I would say that. And mainly because like as a whole, if you take it as a whole, I don't know if I would say that. Because Philly definitely has some spitters in there, and Detroit has two different sides. You have like the street, like the street side, which is the most prominent side of the Detroit rappers. That kind of feels like T Grizzly and Doughboy Cash, like that sound, and then you have like the lyrical side, which is like the Royce da 5'9", D12, Eminem, Brody James, like that side. And that's the side that I'm on. Like I never jumped into the Detroit street side of the rap. And so I don't think that is mainly predicated on lyrics. I think that's more predicated on delivery, flow, and like the authenticity of what you're talking about.
That's true. Yeah. It's the experiences. I have a theory though of why these cities particularly have very, very good rappers. I think it's because in these instances you are also birthed the sound of like Black music. So when you think about Detroit soul and Motown, and you think about Philadelphia soul, like if you have that foundation, whether you decide to be an instrumentalist, a singer, or a rapper, I can understand why it's a higher level of content. That's how I sort of make sense of it in my head.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So another thing I saw, I went to your Instagram today, and I saw that you said
5 things.
Yeah, I saw the 5 things. Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting, and I think that it's worth. I mean, for you, it's just it's just who you are. But I think it's worth celebrating. That you are someone that has never drank, smoked, did nothing that interested you about it. You obviously have a very, very vibrant personality, but you never needed substances to carry that. So why is that?
Well, partly because of that. Like I like I said in the thing, I tried to find the pros and cons of it to see, like, was it even worth it? Like with anything that could be deleterious to you, you should look at the pros and cons of it and see if there's more to gain than to lose out of anything. Even people that like could look at sex and they could think, all right, well, I don't want to do this until whatever. Like at least there's something in that your body yearns naturally, intrinsically. But when it comes to like drinking, there's nothing at all that it does for me in a positive sense. I'm already this crazy, like fun. I don't need it to loosen up or to socially have fun with it. You know what I mean? I'm just naturally like that anyway. And then there's nothing else that it offers me. It doesn't taste like, I imagine it doesn't like taste good based off of people's faces when they drink it, So I just didn't see the purpose of it. I also have an addictive personality. So if I were to like something, I would abuse it. And my mom dealt with substance abuse. And so I just didn't even want to put myself in that situation. And having never done it, it's not like I was missing anything.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it's always very good to be self-aware, and for you to say that you have an addictive personality and to get ahead of what could potentially ever happen if you were to try something. I mean, to me, that's really, really dope that you could recognize that as a potential fear or concern, you know?
Yeah, because the things that I have vices in, like I couldn't imagine like having that be additive.
Right. True. And the other thing I like about your Instagram is that you obviously have a very strong focus on family and you incorporate your family into your comedy. And I love to see people that are loved and that surround themselves with their loved ones. You
Yeah.
know, what made you feel like you wanted to sort of help them, you know, or let them join in on the fun?
Well, my son Tim, I've been filming him since he was probably around 2, 3 years old. When I used to have just a little flip phone, and as soon as I would turn like the video part on, he would just
He just
turn
knew what to do.
and just know what to do. And so he had been doing that his whole life anyway. So once he moved with me full time at 13, I had started doing like YouTube stuff. And so I incorporated him in that, and he fell in like just naturally, and you could tell he was apt to do it. And so that just progressed, and it persisted, and he loved it, and that's what he wants to do with his life. He figured out this is what he does well.
And then with you also, like, you just really, I mean, I guess for lack of a better word, you just kind of get the internet, you know, like there's some people that just really understand, like, I guess maybe the influencer space, so to speak. Like you really know how to edit things and to understand like how to like entertain the audience. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. So whether you're actively working on something or not, you're always working because you always are able to build your audience, you know? And so what I guess almost even like, what are your tips to people? Is it just be yourself?
Well, so, you know, I look at it this way. On Netflix, I play Duck on the Upshaws. That's a character somebody else made up that I am helping them live their dreams. But with my page, I'm living my own dreams because I'm creating my own art, my own space, and you're watching the Paige Kennedy show on the network of Instagram. And
Right.
so that, you know, my page is my show. It's my creation. It's my dreams. It's my humor, as opposed to me just, you know, playing a character for someone else. And so I feel like my internet presence is commensurate to the TV and film, and my music, it's commensurate to me lending my talents to other people. It's just important for people to have, you know, to be able to go to the Paige Kennedy show. You know what I mean? To see what I have to offer.
I like when I go to somebody's page and I can tell that it's not carefully curated to, just to your point, to like sort of look away. Like you're saying, like if you're here because you're interested in what I do. And so it's like it's very clear that like you run your page, but it's done very well in that way. So that's why I was just so entertained. I was like, man, like we're really seeing a window into his world. And you know, this just especially during the pandemic too, like it's just fun to see somebody just really making things interesting, you know. So
Yeah.
I certainly from just a viewer standpoint, we can all definitely appreciate that. But
that's what's up. Thank you.
No, thank you. You know, you did say your work, you know, we got the Upshaws coming up. That's what we came here to talk about, right?
No, hey, listen, hey, based off of what I just explained to you, you could tell my music is the most pertinent thing in the world because it's me. You know, it's what I have to offer, and this particular project is very important to everyone right now because of the you know what's happening in the world to us. And you know, and me putting a magnifying glass to it, and you know, the more that this project is disseminated, the more our plight is seen, and the more people can have acknowledgement or feel compassion or empathy for what's happening through the visuals that I create. You know, I have these videos of Fear and Safe that are extremely jarring and give you a sense of pathos and like, you know, from watching this experience. And so I think that the music that I have done on this project is extremely important, especially the visuals. Oh, there she is.
What's her name?
Her name is Jupiter. Oh, man.
That is hilarious. Your cat, man. I love cats. I want to get a cat.
Well,
I need that energy in my life. Just totally unbothered.
yeah. So sorry, you were about to talk about the Upshaws, but I just needed to express the importance of that album and of people not only listening but helping permeate the messaging.
No, I appreciate that. And actually, I do have a question for you because when someone is very multifaceted and you're very talented and you're good at a lot of things, sometimes you're much more well known in some instances for the one thing that's maybe not your number one. Does that ever sometimes get to you? I mean, I know and I don't mean to say that in a way that it sounds like you're not thankful, but sometimes it may kind of get to you. It's like, I am a rapper. Like, does that ever kind of come into play?
So you mean like how the frustration that I could have from people who just know me as an actor or social media.
Like, oh, he's funny. And it's like, oh, he raps. Like, I don't even want to hear him rap. You know how
Yeah,
he's funny on?
Yeah. Well, two things that go with that. For one, I started doing social media because I felt like I needed to make people laugh so that I can then give them what I actually have to give them. And a lot of times that's what you have to do. Like, laughter brings people in. And though I know I can make people laugh, I knew I had something important to say. And so, the people who accept it. The people who don't. But I feel like that my talent is at the same level of my rapping as it is as my acting and my whatever I do, like to make you laugh on social media. So it's not like you have like this basketball player who's an amazing basketball player, but then he tries to rap and his rap is just, it's all right. It's at the same level. So if you actually listen to it, you could hear, okay, this is for real. Cause I was a rapper before I was anything, and so it is frustrating because I'll put like a funny post of something and that can go viral, and then I'll put like something that means something. Like I tried to start a queen challenge, for Black women. I tried to reach out to like prominent Black women who have audiences to help support other Black women by getting in these challenges, and it was like pulling teeth. But then I do a ride challenge where girls just twerking, and then everyone wants to participate in that, and I'm like, damn, like I'm trying to like do something that is like moving us forward, and but no one wants to be a part of that. But they'll be a part of this, but that's just how the internet works right now, right? We care about salaciousness, and we care about the scuttlebutt more than we care about truth or something that is positive.
That's a fact. Now, you said something just now too. You said that it's like a basketball player that tries to rap. Now, I know you're a basketball fan.
Yeah.
So I also want to know who you think is the best rapper to have ever come out the NBA. I'm going to tell you mine. I think it's Dame Dollars.
Same.
Yeah, same, right? Like, just actually good technical rapper. I cannot hate on that man.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
And the thing about him is he is able to be current yet still like really rap. If you take somebody like Lonzo Ball, is only trying to be current and like it's almost like nonsensical. But Dame is current and he actually is rapping too.
Yeah. It's it's entertaining, and he's also a very good basketball player.
yeah. So he's like the number one for sure.
So as far as I want to ask you this, as far as, because y'all know you're a Lakers fan, you said that today too. So as a Lakers fan, right? So one of my favorite players right now is Melo, and so I was thinking, right? What do you think, Baby Melo? So what do you think about him when people say that he's a baby Magic Johnson?
You have to respect it. I mean, look at him. He is he is Showtime. I've been supporting this kid since he was in high school. You know, I've been following the Ball family since he first made that 100 points that he did cherry picking in Chino Hills. I watched their show, their Ball in the Family show. I am completely immersed into the Ball world. And you know, when LeVar said that Melo was going to be the best out of the three, I saw that coming, and I'm a Lonzo Ball fan, so I was like a bastion for the Ball family, you know, and Lonzo Ball. But this guy is different because he has a different swag than Lonzo. Lonzo is kind of conservative. He's quiet. He just gets the job done. He works hard. You know, he's not very flashy. But Melo is all of that, but yet he got swag. He's like that new flavor that, you know, so he gives the no look passes like Magic Johnson. He throws the full court, like he's just incredible, and he's fun to watch.
I was gonna say that. That's literally what I was about to say. It's just fun to watch. Like, it's so fun to watch basketball right now. It's so fun. Yeah,
I love Melo. I'm so glad he returned.
So who do you think is going to well, I know you're a Lakers fan, but if you're being honest, who's going to take the West?
So you're saying if I'm being objective,
I'll be honest.
Speaking, okay, so I'll say this. Look, if the Lakers are healthy, which I don't know if they will be, I don't know if they can be. It's very quick. They have a limited amount of time. But if they are healthy, if LeBron can come back as himself, if AD can be himself like how they were playing last year, I'm still riding with the Lakers. Okay. But if I'm speaking objectively based off of what I think was going to happen, because LeBron doesn't seem to be okay. He's taking tonight off. He took yesterday off. He might come back Sunday, but maybe not. He might not be back to next week. That means that he's not healthy, and he's not going to be healthy going into the playoffs. And so I think personally, which I hate to say this, but it looks like the Clippers scare me the most. I loathe the Clippers for obvious reasons. But if I'm speaking objectively, they just look like the scariest team to me. Like the Suns don't look scary. The Utah Jazz don't look scary. They look like they look how the Milwaukee Bucks look. Like, all right, they're doing this like throughout the season, but in the playoffs, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? But the Clippers actually fear me. I mean, you know, they scare me, especially their matchup against us. And so I would think that the Clippers will come out of the West and then lose to Brooklyn.
Oh, I was just gonna. Okay, so you're Brooklyn. Okay, I have a Brooklyn Nets tattoo, so I don't want to wear. I promise I do. It's a long story. It was at the Barclays, and it was a dare, and I signed release forms, and it was a wild night.
Where?
It's just I'll put it up
on the small of your back as a step, like
it's a little.
Yeah, put this net on.
Hey, KD.
Damn. Okay.
No, it's years ago. So I mean, it does appear a little groupie-ish, but I promise you, I've been down since the playground. It's not.
Yo, that's hilarious. Okay, next.
So it has to work.
There's a joke in there. I'm just imagining. I have a joke that's probably inappropriate for me to say, but I think it in my head, and it's hilarious. I hope you ain't dating no other basketball players.
Oh, no.
Every time.
Right. Can you imagine? Oh my God. No. That's you know what? That is what's good. It deters me from entering the athlete pool, you know.
Can you imagine every time he's like, God,
like really?
Where your ass over?
Or like a trail of them, like each. No, it'll never be that type of party. I promise. That'd be wild, though.
I know that would be wild.
Like remember the leather back in the day with all the patches?
Yeah. With all of the things.
But anyway, the Upshaws.
And we return.
Right, we return. Okay, so the Upshaws. So you played Dutch talk to us about what the show is about. I mean, just from the description I saw, it seemed really interesting. I love the trailer, man. It's like y'all look like y'all having fun.
Yeah, isn't it? Like, let me tell you something about this show. That before I go into the whole, I could go into the drudgery of explaining it's a relevant family that loves you. Like, no, I watched this whole series multiple times already. This shit is laugh out loud funny. You remember how you used to laugh when you watched Martin or the Jamie Foxx show or the Fresh Prince? Like, you actually laugh out loud multiple times throughout the episode, just like constantly. But then as sitcoms kind of went on and like how they are now, you watch the show, you don't really laugh. You're like, oh, I get why that's funny. Oh, that was kind of funny. You might give a ha. Yeah. No, this ain't like that. The jokes on here force you to laugh out loud for like multiple seconds, like a ton of times. You know, you get a deluge of laughter coming from this show, and I've seen the episodes all the time. I know the jokes coming, and I still laugh.
And you can still laugh, yeah. I mean, how do you keep it together? Like, you have all these super funny people around you. It just, I don't even know how I could focus working with these people.
You know what's funny about that? Like, I mean, you have seasoned professionals on this show, but then you also have kids. I was watching an episode last night, and I peeped this. I couldn't, I put everything on my stories, but obviously I didn't want to like show that yet because the show isn't out. But I saw a part with one of the kids where Mike is doing something and the kid is being like held by this big, huge guy, Big Ja. He's another internet influencer. And I could see the kid trying not to laugh. He's like fucking his head, but you could still see him trying, because he's supposed to be scared, right? He's supposed to be scared. So I see him like ducking his head so that you couldn't see the laughter.
But wasn't that what was always funny about shows like Martin and Jamie Foxx show? You could always see, and it would crack you up even more because you could tell, like, yo, you can tell they want to break so bad, but they have
That's why you watch Saturday Night Live. You love when they break on Saturday Night Live because it's like, No,
it's all part of it. It makes for a great experience. It shows just how funny the material is. Like, y'all know y'all lines and can still be like, yeah, that's great, man. So what's next for you? I mean, I know you got the rap going on. You got all, you got different series, and tell me everything.
The Page album is out now. The video for Set Up with me and Exhibit is out now, and it's a very powerful video. It on the surface, it might look like just a robbery happening, but if you really pay attention, it's a look at black on black crime and how it like where the initial thing of it comes from, and how the system pits us against each other. And so the girl in the video is a metaphor for that. It's a deep video you should check out.
Do you do your own like storyboards for your videos, or do you?
Yeah, me and my director Dustin, we figure it out together and we go through it step by step. But I had this idea before I even got to Exhibit that I wanted to, because I talk about cop police brutality a lot in here, and I wanted to also talk about the elephant in the room, because that's what they'll say. Well, you guys need to worry about killing each other, and so I wanted to speak on that, and so that's what I did, and so I had this concept for a while. So I have the Upshaws coming May 12th, which is next week. I'm working on a book. A very inspirational, powerful tale of a kid coming from Detroit and the calamitous era that I grew up in, and all of the toxicity and truculent behavior that I was accustomed to, and how I was able to escape that and make it in one of the most difficult fields in the world to make it. So it's the story of that I'm working on with this book. And then Next year, I get to go film a movie that I'm really excited about.
Oh, that's dope. Thank you for that. And I want to thank you because you show that it is possible to love a lot of things and not have to focus on any one thing. You are obviously your music is very important to you, the acting, being funny and entertaining people. And it just shows people they don't have to give up on anything.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a great focus, and that's something that a lot of us can lean on and learn from.
Yeah,
And
creative ADD. Creative ADD is what I call it. And
Mhm.
and we're in unprecedented times when it comes to rappers and making music. Like this is the first time that we've been to a place where rappers at this age could still be relevant.
Right.
We've never seen this before.
I
Jay
love it.
setting the precedent. Yeah, I love it too. 'Cause it keeps me
Keeps you in the stew.
Yep.
I want to thank you so much, guys. My name is Koku with blackfilm.com. This is Paige Kennedy, multifaceted, multi-talented human person, great guy. We love what he does on the internet. Obviously, you're going to love what he's doing on the Upshaws, which is on Netflix, May 12th. Got to watch it. We got to get into that conversation and make sure that you guys hashtag it and talk about it on your Twitters, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Thank you so much and take care. It was a really fun conversation.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Don't be lying.
What? You are. I think you're awesome. This is great.
Okay, you told me I was a queen, right? So I believe you now. Thank you.
Hey, listen,